Hi everyone, my name is Amy Reyes. I'm talking about oil pulling or conducia. So there's oil pulling and then there's gargling. Oil pulling is when you have an amount of oil in your mouth where you render it impossible to gargle. And then there's gargling afterwards. And I'll show you how to do both in this video. So I have a lot of items on my desk right now on my workstation, and you don't need all of this to oil pull with. I have sesame oil, and then some people like to use coconut oil, and I have that one here as well. And I'll demonstrate how to use them both later on in the video. But I'm gonna first explain to you why we oil pull. So this is an ancient Ayurvedic practice, okay? The Ayurvedic practice of oil pulling, what happens is it's cleansing the mouth, okay? Cleansing the mouth of bacteria. It's getting in between those teeth and taking out that bacteria as much as possible before it has a chance to go back into the body system, go back into the bloodstream. So what does this mean? What is the effect of this? So this helps with healthy gums. It helps with a dry throat. It helps with cracked lips. It helps to create a stronger voice. So this aids in halitosis and also leaves your skin healthy and glowing. Who gets to do this oil pulling? I do, and everybody else gets to do that. All body types get to do it all year long, all seasons, okay? The best time of application is in the morning time. It's best in the morning time because you'll find that the dullness of senses has withered, the exhaustion hopefully has withered, mostly because you're swishing for 15 to 20 minutes in your mouth. You're gonna wake up for sure. And as I said before, and I mentioned earlier, that you have a healthier glowing skin because it'll subside the dryness of skin. So if we have an issue with that, I know I do, we definitely want to oil pull right at the start of the morning. Okay, so now let's talk about the order in which it goes in. So we're oil pulling, we are spitting it out into a cup. We spit it out into a cup and not the sink because it'll clog your drains. But if that happens, just put any vinegar and baking soda to help. Anyways, so it's oil pulling, it's spitting out into a cup, it's tongue scraping, which I'll do a different video on, and then it's brushing your teeth. However it works for you, that's what works for me. I know it works for a lot of other people, but find your groove, find your groove. Okay, so now the reason for all these items on my desk, my working table. Okay, so I'm gonna be using, so first, when you're doing this, sit down comfortably and make sure that your back is straight up. You're not gargling, so you're not tilting your head back, you're standing erect. So you need to have your head facing forward. And I'm gonna be using today 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Okay, so why am I using sesame oil? Okay, so there are a number of reasons why I'm gonna use sesame oil. I'm putting in 2 tablespoons. So sesame oil is a very hot oil, okay, heating oil. Its quality is heavy and stable, and its taste is sweet. Thus, it pacifies Vata and Kapha while increasing and scraping, has a scraping effect on Pitta dosha. And we need this, we need all of this. Why? Because it's not only about the doshas, it's about the malas, how we're eliminating things. Sesame oil also has a vasodilation process, okay? So that means it easily penetrates the body system, easily absorbed in the body system, thus removing impurities on a cellular level, okay? And so that will be put back into the circulatory system where it's gonna be removed from the body. As well, likewise, it's gonna be removed from the salivary glands, okay? Impurities are being moved into the mouth from the body. Impurities are coming in through the salivary glands, okay? And this is why we don't want to this is why we don't want to swallow any of the oil. Nothing terrible is gonna happen. There's no chemicals or anything crazy like that. We don't want that bacteria to be swallowed and back into the body system again after we've worked so hard for 15 to 20 minutes to take it out and keep it in our mouth. Now, a lot of people also use coconut oil for good reasons as well. So I'll take some coconut oil. So this right here, how it's all clumped up, you don't want it to look like this. We are going to make sure that we heat up the oil, okay? Make sure the cup gets a little bit hot so that it can be liquid. Coconut oil can be a very cooling drying oil so it can pacify pitta at times. So if you really need it too hot for sesame oil, use your coconut oil. So I'm almost ready to go. I have my chair here. I'm ready to sit upright and have some good clean thoughts. But before I go too deep into that, I really wanted to let you know something extra, an extra step that I do. You don't have to do this. You don't have to take this at all. Just do what you need to do to get out of the door quickly if you need that. So I like to add triphala powder to my sesame oil pooling routine. So I grounded up some sesame powder because I didn't have any more powder left, and the tablets can be crushed. So I crushed some, and I'm gonna take a couple of pinches of that and add it to my sesame oil. Why is this? Well, teeth is a byproduct of bones, right? So I'm trying to nourish the ashti dhatu, okay? And this will help. All right, so I've got a half teaspoon here, and I'm just gonna grab up some powder, and then I'm going to, you can also use this in the gargling decoction that we're gonna make at the very end. Gonna mix it up a little bit, mixy. All right, so I'm gonna sit down, here I go. Sitting, and this is what it's gonna look like. This is what mine usually looks like. And okay, so happy oil pulling. Okay, so now we finished gargling for 15 to 20 minutes. We didn't just leave it sitting in there. We were really swishing around. So if you're new to this and your cheeks hurt, it's okay. It'll get easier and easier. The buildup of fluid also is normal in your mouth. So if you are uncomfortable with that and you need to spit it out little by little, it's okay. So now we get to gargle. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, if you're worried about excess remnants of bacteria. Just remember the sequence. You're going to oil pull, okay, spit it out, scrape your tongue, and brush your teeth. So that should be enough, but if you can do this step, I highly recommend doing this gargling step. Gargling tonics can be pretty specific if you are trying to pacify a certain dosha, like neem and cardamom, like those things put together in a decoction to pacify kapha. But today we're gonna pacify all the doshas. I've got different herbs here on the table, those spices and herbs. So today I'm gonna give you 2 gargling tonics that you can use to pacify all the doshas. So I have here salt. You can either use rock salt or sea salt. I have Himalayan salt, that's all I have. And we're gonna have a half teaspoon of that. And then we're going to put in this little cute cup here. You know I love cups. And then we're gonna take 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, okay? And then we are going to take a half cup of water. I have it already boiling in this tea kettle. Be careful with boiling water, okay? And then I'm going to let it suck in all the herbs into the water, just have it mesh well into the herb decoction. And I'm going to cover it. And let that steep for about 5 minutes. The next gargling tonic I'd like to talk about is using the same triphala powder that we crushed earlier with some warm water and a cup. I don't have any more see-through cups, so you're gonna use no, that's not it. You're going to use, I don't know if I have enough, 1/4 teaspoon of triphala powder. I don't have enough. 1/4 teaspoon of triphala powder in a half cup of water, hot water. Okay, and we're gonna wanna let that steep for 10 minutes, okay, with a cover on it. I will go get a cover. So there you have it. You have 2 decoctions for gargling. You have your turmeric, salt, warm water decoction, and you have your triphala powder crushed with warm water decoction. And I'm gonna use this one because I'm already on the tree fall out kick and I might as well stay with it. So I'm going to sit down, get comfortable, put the water in my mouth for 1 minute to 2 minutes, depending on how deep the pacification will need to go. And yeah. Also, don't worry if you don't have turmeric or anything. If you have salt and you have warm water, perfect. Okay, well there you have it. You have your oil pooling / gargling video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you try it out and tell me what you think in the comment section. All right, have a great day, everyone.